Oh man, how good does it feel soaking up the sun? Whew. Yeah. What is up, you guys? So the last 24 hours have been pretty intense actually. So I know I said I won't be touching the page, but something new came up. Like last night I came to discover about, like, I knew about CartHook for a while, and I just wanted to give this a shot because like CartHook is built for upsells. So they basically revamp your checkout page. So they have their own kind of Shopify integrated checkout page that is quite different from the actual Shopify checkout page. And you integrate your credit card processor and your PayPal and things like that. Now I couldn't integrate PayPal because they need like reference transactions. Not really sure, because I tried getting like reference transactions enabled on my account several months ago, but it didn't happen. So I tried again, but the message didn't go through or some issue was happening. So I just started it off just as a test on just with credit card using Stripe, and I left it on for about 7-8 hours, I think, and the results were not really that good, because like we ended up like the checkout conversion rate was like pretty low. Like what the checkout page conversion rate is on Shopify, it was lower than that on this platform. And I think it has to do with like PayPal not being an option to checkout. So yeah, so I cancelled that CartHook account for now until I can get like reference transactions enabled. So I might give that a shot again. And I re-enabled like the the bundle app and the in-cart upsell. And now let's see what happens. So in turn, what happened was like 7-8 hours of data for ours got like skewed. So again, like we had lesser sales and the ROAS was pretty low. But like a few ad sets did pretty well. A few ad sets completely bombed. The $100 ad set completely bombed. So I closed it down. So it was spending like about $70 and it did not get a sale. So I closed it down pretty quickly. So what happens next is today I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to use like lookalike audiences, because like our video view audiences and our what do you call them, the page, like the page visitor audiences have started building up. They have crossed like at least a couple thousand each. So I am going to show you guys how we're going to roll out those campaigns. So we've had some troubles with fulfillment, because when we were trying out like AliExpress vendors for the products, as I told you, we had already changed vendors 1 or 2 times, and the person, whoever we selected, like they were not fulfilling for several days. In fact, there were orders that we had placed on like 9th November which are not fulfilled till like 15th of November. They were like 7 days, and the orders had not even been shipped. In fact, for the power bank, we were noticing like the orders that had been shipped, the tracking number was not working for several days. Like generally it does take 2-3 days for the tracking info to show up, but it was not showing for like 5 or 6 days. So we were worried like what are the suppliers doing. And like I really care about my customers. I want them to be happy. I want them to have a pleasant shopping experience, and delivery times do matter to me. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's still fine, but if it takes like a month, like 6 weeks or something, then I won't be able to forgive myself. So we had been researching options, and we found like CJ Dropshipping was one of the options that came up. And it did take a while. I talked to one of the agents there. They helped us set up everything. They even source like whatever product you give them a link to a product. If they don't have it in their database, they want to source it for you and keep the product in stock. It's basically like a neat little alternative to AliExpress, and you can even upload orders in bulk and fulfill them in bulk using their system. So it's not like I'm giving a recommendation to you guys to use like CJ Dropshipping, but it's something that I have at least had a pleasure of working with in the past like 24 hours that I've shifted, and they have started fulfilling orders. Like the orders that we had placed yesterday were actually the tracking numbers came in like in less than, I believe, 16 hours. So it's pretty amazing. And I just hope, fingers crossed, they keep doing the good work there and they keep fulfilling our orders quickly, so that I can scale more comfortably, knowing that I won't have to deal with a lot of refunds, chargebacks, or even like customers, pissed off customers. All right, you guys, so welcome to November 16th ad management day, and boy do I have some numbers to show you guys. But there's a lot of learnings that you can take from all my hits and misses and my successes that you can literally just find out, because what happens with a lot of you guys is like some ad sets get sales, some don't. What to do when you duplicated ad set, it stops working. So there's a lot of lessons. Like one of the primary reasons I created this entire series was to help people who are struggling with scaling, right? And I just want to tell you guys, like, it's not easy, right? If it was easy, like, then we would have pretty much everyone in the world doing it. I know there's still a lot of competition, but there's a sort of method to the madness and a sort of patience and discipline required to be successful and to actually scale your blockbuster. So let me show you guys today what all I've done and what all I'm going to do. So it's 16, so 1:36 p.m. So 1:30 p.m. is when my ad sets reset. So I'm just going to refresh this page right now. It shows yesterday. So this is yesterday, 15 November. So you see here 3 and 4, but I want to show you guys the Common Panda sales here. So there were a few sales that were missed. Plus what has happened is that we had to give a refund. So that's why $50 refund was given just a few seconds ago. In fact, a few minutes ago. But anyways, so this is like 585. So by no means was it a profitable. In fact, this was a loss day for us. But Facebook ad stats do not reflect that at all. I'll tell you guys what happened. Like I told you about the CartHook that I added to the store. So let me take you through this one ad set here. So this is that $100 ad set that got us just one purchase, but the website purchase conversion value is 0. So while Facebook was tracking sales that happened through that CartHook application, it was not registering the website purchase conversion value. And we had approximately 3 sales coming from that. So while those were registered with Facebook, so from here you see here, so the overall ROAS is better than 0.77. I know this looks pretty depressing, but what I want to talk to you guys about is like how to deal with this situation, how I dealt with the situation. So what I did was I set up the date range because we have been running these ads for a while now. So I'm going to go back like from 11th through 15th. So that's 5 days worth of data, and I'm going to click on update. And then what I did was I just checked out which were the ones that had spent the most amount of money and not gotten us purchases. So I closed all of those down. See here the golf one, the skiing one. So I think the snowboarding one was closed down. These are all the ad sets that we have earlier. Also, we've closed several of them, but today also I end up closing like a few of them. I think the horseback one. Just a few of them that I closed up. So we're left with these few ad sets, and all of them are pretty well all profitable. So these are a lot of ad sets right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly just make sure that if there is any way that we can scale. So in order to see what we can scale, I'm just going to do yesterday's here. So this one did really well at a $40 budget. This one is doing very well. This one, the ROAS is pretty low, so I have to reduce the budget even further down to 30 on this ad set. So the ROAS keeps dropping on this particular ad set, and I am not liking it at all. So I'm going to let this run at $30 now. But all the other ones, let's look at 11 through 15, because that's going to be a range where we're going to see, because after a while you have to start looking at previous days worth of data and seeing not just 1 day worth of data. So after you have run your ads for a few days, you want to just check for the last 3 to 5 days to see how they have been performing overall, right? Some days you get sales, some days you don't. So this one is the US 253. So this is still 2.73. I'll probably let it run for another $5-10 and then probably stop it if this still doesn't do well. So let's see here. So this one is pretty strong here. So I'm going to increase the budget of this one from 6 to 7. And let me see which are the other ones with a strong ROAS. So Golf ES is a pretty strong ad set right here. So I'm going to increase the budget from 5 to 6 on this one. And then let me have a look here. What are the other ones? This one is pretty strong, Golf plus ES copy. So I'm going to increase the ad set budget on this from 22 to 24. And that's pretty much it. Like, these are the ones that have the lowest cost per purchase for us and the best ROAS. So that's the vertical scaling I'm going to do. That's pretty much it. And then I'm going to go to US phase 2. And from here, let me see what the stats look like. So you see here all the other, like the $100 budget one, the ROAS first day was phenomenal. Then it just started dropping. And even though this entire ad set was profitable overall for us, but only slightly, and the ROAS was dropping. So I closed it up. Next up, only these two ad sets are left with. This one is still pretty strong. So we can increase this by $1 here. 12 bucks. That's pretty much it. And we are going to decrease the budget of this the US4 with a budget of 50 bucks to $40, right? So that's one big change we have to do, because the other one with the $40 budget started performing when we changed the budget to 40. So we're going to keep this at 40. All right, so that's pretty much it. Now what I want to show you guys is the audiences that I had built earlier. So let me show you guys. So what I did was I built two new audiences. One audience was with the video viewers at 95% of the new video on the new page. And the other audience that I ended up building is the page visitors for the past 30 days. So heated jacket visitors 30 days. This is the custom audience, and these are the 3 lookalikes. Now I created 3 lookalikes for each of these two audiences. So this is the video view, 95% video views of the past 30 days. This is about 1400 people right now, but this will probably increase. And what happens is, once you create these lookalikes, they automatically keep updating every few days, and your results start to look much better. So the video views will keep increasing, the lookalikes will keep getting better, and overall it looks pretty good in the long term. So I created 3 lookalikes, US 0 to 1, US 0 to 2, and US 0 to 5 from this. And the same for the heated jacket visitors in the past 30 days, US 0 to 1, 0 to 2, and 0 to 5. So these are 6 new audiences that we have. And I'm going to be creating ads based off of these. I'm going to be giving them a budget of $10. Right, and I'm going to be just targeting these, no interest, just going to be targeting these lookalike audiences and with the existing ad. And I'll be doing that off camera, of course, but you guys know how I'm going to do this, because like I don't want to bore you with creating 6 new ad sets right here. So let's just dive back inside here. So the but here's one important thing to note. I'll be doing all of this. In fact, I can show you how I'm going to do one of them. So let me just duplicate this one. In fact, let me duplicate this one. All right. So I'm going to duplicate this one, and I'm going to do this in a new campaign. So let me show you one of them, then I'll go and do all the others. So let's do inside a new campaign. There's going to be heating jacket US LLA video views 95%, right? So I'm going to copy this entire thing here. I'm going to duplicate this 3 times. In fact, we have been in different audiences for each, so we're going to duplicate this just once for now. We have to repeat the process 6 times then for those 6 ad sets. So we're going to change the name of this. This is going to be 0 to 1%. So let's just give this a budget of $10. We're going to start it off, of course, at the same time here. It's the new day. All right, so I'm going to close this one. And I'm just going to include the custom audience of heating jacket. So we have, these are the video views 30 days, 0 to 1%. There we go. So these are video views, heating jacket neo video views 95%, 30 days. So that's pretty much it. Then placements are going to be the same, and yeah, just hit publish. That's it. So this is how I'll be doing, like repeating the process like 5 more times, and I'll have 6 new ads. So total budget of $60 will be increased. I did end up closing several ad sets yesterday, so the overall spend would probably be the same what we had today, maybe slightly lesser, because we're not spending on the $100 budget, which was like $90 yesterday. So just going to give it at that, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys. All right, guys, see you next time.